New for you at 10, a tax break for developers transforming the old Mishawaka Inn on Lincoln Way East into apartments. Just hours ago, Mishawaka City Council approved a 5-year tax abatement. Plans call for the hotel to become the Steelhead Apartments with the second building built next to it. About 200 apartments would be created near the St. Joe River and Capitol Avenue.
Looks like construction will probably be early next year. We're still going through a lot of phases now with contracting and bids and plans to how we're going to kind of sort the units out, how many 2 bedrooms, 1 bedrooms, efficiencies, things like that.
Developers say that rental prices at the apartment should be between $800 and $1,100 a month, but would have likely been higher without this tax abatement.
Well, new tonight, Mishawaka's Down Syndrome Festival and Walk, helping to promote awareness, research, and advocacy here in Michiana. And it's also a big milestone because this walk has been going on for 20 years now. There were informational tables with resources, also having a lot of fun with face painting, prizes, and games before starting the walk. They're always accepting donations, which go towards grants to help those who need it.
The funds go towards things such as medical grants, educational grants. The money also goes towards things like our play dates and support group meetings, mom and dad's night out.
Anyone that would like information or want to donate can do it on their website, michianadownsyndrome.org.
A sign of the community's support for local veterans, an $11,000 donation was made to the local VA clinic today. That donation comes from the 2021 Memorial Day MRF fundraiser. Now, the several different local police departments and other organizations took part in this event. The donation will help with things like care and transportation.
Voluntary service, we get out and we join with community organizations to bring them in to help our veterans. And it's a privilege to have heroes helping heroes get through these times, through COVID times and challenging times with all the programs that we have.
More than 10,000 veterans use the clinic in Mishawaka.
And Boy Scouts across Michiana participated in the annual Klondike Derby Saturday at the Wood Lake Scout Reservation in Jones, Michigan. And this event is based off of the Iditarod race, except instead of sled dogs, groups of 13 to 17-year-olds build their own sled and pull it as a team to different stations. You can kind of see that here. And at these different stations, the scout needs to be able to use their fire building, river crossing, first aid, and other camping skills.
The skills that they're learning has a practical application, and it also helps remind them of the history of what the meaning behind the Iditarod race and the Klondike was, so that it helps them realize why stuff like this was so important to the history of our country.
There were more than 200 people participating at the camp this weekend.
There's more news here at 10. Elkhart Mayor Rod Robertson is running for re-election. He made the special announcement tonight at Winchester Mansion. Robertson was elected mayor in Elkhart in 2019. Now, during his announcement, he mentioned how downtown Elkhart should be a resource for everyone. Robertson also talked about his accomplishments and working with the community to move Elkhart forward together.
If we are going to build it, we have to move forward. And what moving forward means to me is that we take a downtown, provide a brand, and begin to make that brand uniquely situated for our downtown.
That announcement was originally scheduled in November, but his brother was declared missing and was later found dead. New at 10, the Mishawaka High School wrestling team recognized for winning the state championships. Before tonight's Fairfield-Mishawaka boys basketball game, the county council celebrated the accomplishment. Head coach Steve Sandifer says that his students realized they could go all the way, but only if they work together as a team.
We can do this as a team, but it's going to take all of us to do that. So it's been, off seasons, making sure the whole team's getting into the room, making sure everybody's working out, making sure everybody's accountable. And this team has just had the greatest leadership, bringing everybody along because they wanted their goals to be everyone's goal, our goal. And it was very cool to achieve that.
And Sandifer also says that while it's cool to do this as their coach, it is ultimately the team that did the hard work.
And downtown Mishawaka saw the grand opening of the city's first historical museum. The ribbon happening Saturday morning. The grand opening also welcoming donors that made it possible. And the museum is expected to open up to the public starting March 18th.
Our exhibits are organized thematically. There's business and industries, which is our largest exhibit. We also have churches and faith, historic landmarks, famous Mishawakans, schools, military heritage, and we also have a working model train collection, model train layout that was owned by the founder of our museum.
One of the goals of the Mishawaka Historical Museum is to help enrich the city's youth and visitors on the history of the area. Well, back at home tonight at 11, Notre Dame students today giving back to their neighbors and helping them prepare for winter. The Circle K International Club's Notre Dame chapter was raking leaves for people in South Bend who have trouble doing it themselves. The annual volunteering event helps Notre Dame and local high school students get in touch with the community. And one of the organization's presidents says it's all about getting outside and doing something nice for your neighbors.
Participants, honestly, from the Notre Dame side, really get to go into the community, meet their neighbors in South Bend. Sometimes Notre Dame students don't interact with the South Bend community as much as they may like. They get to give back, help people with something that they may not be able to do themselves, and really just embrace getting outside and doing something good for your neighbor next door.
The Circle K International Club is already looking for volunteers for next year's leaf raking.
The planned RV plants would create 450 high-paying jobs with a private investment of nearly $40 million, combined with the nearly $2 million in state money. Sturgis's city manager says this is a big get.
The magnitude, the amount of investment, and the number of jobs, it's really substantial for Sturgis.
The city is offering up property tax abatements for the project, and Michigan's strategic fund authorized a state education tax abatement as well. City manager Michael Hughes says it took a lot of work and conversations to get this done for the people of Sturgis.
I think job growth is great. I think part of our job here is to help facilitate that. And so we're interested to see what that looks like and how that impacts Sturgis.
Both of the companies are subsidiaries of Elkhart-based Thor Industries. A company spokesperson said they sought out the Sturgis area for a number of reasons.
Obviously, definitely the labor workforce opportunities that Sturgis can provide, but also the fact that it's convenient to our suppliers. It's also convenient to multiple locations throughout Indiana.
Melvin says they are still in the planning phase, but are hoping to have the facility up and running by next fall.
This project as a whole is exciting. We're excited to be able to bring jobs to the Sturgis area. We're going to be having some fantastic facilities up there. We're going to be training. We're going to be focused on, state-of-the-art facilities and production.
First, fast, accurate. You're watching WSBT 22 News at 11 with Jennifer Copeland and John Paul.
Thanks for staying up with us. New for you at 11. Today marks 1 year since the horrific abuse and violent death of a LaPorte County boy. Prosecutors say that 4-year-old Judah Morgan was tortured and beaten over potty training. WSBT 22's Ashley Daggers at the live desk tonight. Ashley, a vigil was held earlier at the county courthouse in remembrance of Judah's life.
Yeah, John, many pictures, candles were lit, and prayers were said. Since Judah's tragic death, his parents have been charged and a law enacted in his honor with the hope this will not happen again to another child. October 11th, 2021. 4-year-old Judah Morgan was taken from the world.
He was very smart, he was very funny. Anything that little boy could do to get you to laugh, he would do it.
And I'd pick it up and put it on my shoulder and fly him around the living room and always do the airplane.
In September, Judah's father, Alan Morgan, pleaded guilty to murder and battery. Prosecutors say he tortured and beat Judah because the child wet himself. Tonight, Judah was remembered with candles surrounded by friends and family.
It's just not something that should be happening at all.
Judah's mother, Mary Yoder, is also facing charges for neglect resulting in death. Court documents say Yoder admitted she was aware of what Morgan was doing. The recently passed Judah's law allows a kinship caregiver to intervene in the state of Indiana.
If it had been in effect when I had Judah, I would have been able to actually speak on his behalf and have a foothold.
Hollett was Judah's second cousin and foster mother. She says she fought until the day he died to gain custody. She hopes the state and governor will continue to look into the Department of Child Services and help change the system, so no other child's life be lost the way Judah's did.
Judah was a superhero. He always told Judah he'd be a superhero, and now, unfortunately, his death has made him that superhero.
The sentencing hearing for Alan Morgan, Judah's father, is scheduled for late November. The mother, Mary Yoder, is due back in court in December. At the live desk, Ashley Dagger, WSBT 22 News.
Local businesses are showing support for Ukraine by boycotting Russian liquor. This follows an executive order from Indiana's governor to reevaluate business with Russia. WSBT 22's Taylor Gattoni is live in South Bend. And Taylor, you saw one business take Russian vodka right off its shelves today.
That's right, Jennifer. Here at Blarney Stone Wine and Spirits in South Bend, the owner sent an email to his employees saying to remove all Russian liquor from the shelves. An email saying, in order to help Ukraine and follow the orders from our governor, all of Blarney Stone Wine and Spirits liquor stores will boycott and stop selling Russian liquor products.
We'll be taking that where we're taking it. We'll be taking off the shelf like the Russian vodkas, pretty much take it off the shelf to not to sell it going forward.
Russia supplies about 1% of total vodka imports in the U.S. While removing it from shelves is a small step, it's a step local businesses can take.
With the Blarney Stone is not the big compared to the rest of the world or the Russian economy, but whatever the little bit we can do to help the cause.
He believes the best action at this point is to hurt Russia's economy, helping the cause instead of causing a fight.
So the way I think the rest of the world is doing is the smart thing. We're cutting the ties with the Russian and trying to hurt their economy.
Blarney's isn't the only local business cutting off ties. Spartan Nash-owned grocery stores, including all Martin supermarkets, also pulled Russian vodka off their shelves.
This is pretty much a little bit help we can help Ukrainian, right? Just to kind of show our support as U.S. businesses, right? U.S. government, U.S. businesses to be on their side to help them indirectly, whatever we can, right? So this will be little cause we are adding to that, right?
Now, they are not removing all liquor, that's businesses like here at Blarney Stone, but they are removing liquor imported from Russia. These products, at least here at Blarney Stone, will not be sold and instead will be thrown out. Live in South Bend, I'm Taylor Gattoni, WSBT 22 News.
Michiana Crime Stopper is holding its fall shredding event today to raise money and to safely destroy important documents. WSBT 22 photojournalist DeAndre Barton shows us why shredding these documents makes the community a safer place.
This event is a win-win. People love to come out to these events to have their sensitive documents destroyed right on site, and for a $20 minimum donation, their documents are shredded.
You pull up, you stay in your car, they unload everything for you.
Got it?
This is our fall shredding event, and so it's very simple. All you have to do is bring your unwanted documents, your bills, paperwork that you get in the mail.
Nice seeing you.
Yeah, nice to see you
Okay.
too.
We're out here raising money for a good cause for Crime Stoppers, and our partnership with Integra with them has been going on for, I don't know, this may be the 20th event. Definitely two-person guy.
Took this 70-year-old man everything I had to get it in.
Identity theft is one of the fastest growing problems that we have here in America.
These nice gentlemen will unload for you.
Yep.
Have a good day.
Thank you so much. You as well.
Officials say they need your help to find these skimmers. The devices can be attached to any place where you swipe or insert a card.
It takes seconds to protect yourself from that.
When you are rushing up to the pump and getting ready to swipe your card to fill up your tank, the last thing you are probably thinking about is being scammed. But officials say that's what criminals are counting on.
And the unsuspecting will use their debit card or credit card, and then that device is able to obtain your information.
The Elkhart County Sheriff's Office recently obtained a skimmer that was placed at a local business. That device is being sent off for processing, but the work is not done for officers.
Obtaining surveillance footage, trying to find out who it was that put it there. That's the main thing that we're doing right now.
The Elkhart Police Department says they have seen a general rise in skimming. We also checked with South Bend and St. Joseph County Police. They have not received any recent reports.
Police say you should check the portion where you insert your card. Make sure it's not loose. You should pull on it, and if it wiggles, there could be an issue. Also make sure that there's no tape or glue holding it together.
If it looks suspicious, then it could very well be that they've put a skimmer on top.
Financial experts at First Source Bank say there are other steps you can take to protect your money. Those include signing up for text alerts and using your digital wallet on your phone.
But you hover your phone and it will use your card then for that transaction without your card even being present.
Police say reporting any suspicious activity is crucial with stopping identity theft. It is thanks to one observant person that police were able to obtain a skimmer, something that is not often done.
As a matter of fact, I think that it was somebody who actually realized that it was a skimmer at the time and called it in.
If you find a skimmer, you should first contact your bank and have them put a freeze on your card. Next, you should contact the business to notify them and then call police. In Elkhart County, Delaney Clark, WSBT 22 News.
Good afternoon. First at 4. Some of you are getting your gas right now for $2.38 a gallon. Americans for Prosperity, Indiana, and Representative Jackie Walorski claim this was the price for a gallon of gas when the Biden administration took office 18 months ago. WSBT 22's Ashley Dagger is live in Mishawaka for us right now. And Ashley, cars have been lined up there for hours.
It started at 3 and will end in about a half an hour. Americans for Prosperity have actually been on a nationwide tour, and today's event is what they call the true cost of Washington. And we're going to show you what we're seeing here at the pump today. The cost both AFP and Representative Walorski claim is because of the Biden administration. I spoke with experts on gas prices. They explained that the price of gasoline is high because of many reasons, like the war in Ukraine and the COVID pandemic. And what you're seeing now is that they changed the sign to $2.38 a gallon. Now, Representative Walorski denied that placing the blame is because of Joe Biden's policies. And coming up tonight at 5, a deeper look at the gas prices and what fuels them. Live in Mishawaka, Ashley Dagger, WSBT 22 News.
Celebrating Batman's animated 30th anniversary, the Hall of Heroes Superhero Museum will have several DC heroes and villains for its DC Day. WSBT 22's Taylor Gattoni is live in Elkhart. Taylor, the festivities start this morning.
That's exactly right, Paige. Come to the Hall of Heroes Superhero Museum for their DC Day, which is celebrating a few DC characters' 30th animated anniversary. You're doing that from 11 to 4 today, and I'm here with Alan. Let's talk about this woman right here.
Right. Well, Harley is 30, and she's holding up pretty well. But we'd mentioned in the last segment that Harley Quinn actually appeared in the cartoon first, where most characters appear in the comics first. So Harley Quinn appeared as, and this is actually one of the original animation cells from the first episode she appeared in. And so with Harley, she was supposed to be a one-and-done character. They were going to bring her in one time, be done with her, and then the fans loved the character so much they demanded they bring her back. They brought her back for more episodes, and then she eventually made her way into the comic books.
Let's head on over
Yeah,
there.
absolutely. Yeah.
So why are people, loving Harley Quinn? What's I love her too, but from what you've heard.
Well, if you go back and you look in the 90s, there was very few female characters. And so it was important to kind of bring in more girls, because it's more of an even kind of keel now between, boys and girls, men and women that are into the superheroes.
Right.
And Harley is one of the ones that probably had a lot of impact on that and bringing more girls over, you know. And so, of course, we've got the first appearance of Harley Quinn in comic books, which was the Batman animated issue number 12, where she was fighting Batgirl, and she teams up with Poison Ivy. And, of course, if you see the adult Harley Quinn cartoon, you know, her and Poison Ivy are a couple now. So you see them together, and we got a couple of statue pieces and things here of Harley Quinn, and then we got a lot of Harley Quinn pieces in the Batman animated exhibit. So, and Harley will be here today, so come see Harley.
I was just going to say, Alan, thank you so much. But yes, Harley Quinn, as well as a few other DC heroes and villains, Batman included, will be here at the Hall of Heroes Superhero Museum today. Again, 11 to 4. It's regular admission, $10 for 10 and up, $6 for under. And you want to come on out, parking lot across the street at the bowling alley. Taylor Gattoni live here in Elkhart with WSBT 22 News. That's right, Paige, and real quick, follow me. I'm here with Aria from Aria's Attic Boutique, and I was just telling her there's so many outfits I just want to take to upgrade my spring wardrobe, to do some Mother's Day shopping. So what makes Aria's Attic Boutique so special?
Yeah, so I have definitely, you know, finding a unique style and trendy items, but I try to find things that anyone can wear, whether, you know, it's more simple or has a little unique touch to it. So I just love being able to show people's, you know, creativity through what they wear in their outfits. So it's really fun to come out here and meet new people and help them style something. So
you started this, again, like a lot of businesses I've talked to during the peak of the pandemic. What a perfect way to just start figuring out who you are. You said you want people to feel confident, that you're showing them these new styles. So I guess go into the whole brainstorming of how this came to be.
Yeah, so mine was definitely a unique story. I always have loved fashion, and like I said, being able to bring people's creativity out through their style. There was a previous boutique I actually took over from, and that opportunity came up to be able to continue to run what they were doing, and I loved it, so I just changed the name to Aria's Attic Boutique. You know, got to represent myself a little bit, but it was just a blessing to be able to do that. So, and then just the community has been very supportive, so that's been so thankful for that, and would not be able to still be going with this if I didn't have friends, family, and this wonderful community to be part of. So
you're grateful. There you go. And in finding your own style, you're helping people find their own style. Like this jacket, I want to show you guys real quick. This is so soft, and it's windy out, as our meteorologist Lynette Grant was saying. It's amazing. If people want to check you out, I'm going to pick this up. If people want to check you out here in Napanee, where can they go?
So I do have a storefront here in Napanee, right in town, right on Market Street, actually. So that's really fun to be able to see everyone. But if you can't make it in, I do have a website. shopariasattic.com is my website, and I do have also social media, of course, Instagram, Facebook, so always updating on there. So that's where they can find me. Aria's Attic Boutique is the name, so just look me up.
Perfect, Aria, thank you so much. And right after this, you're going to help me upgrade my style. So we'll do that because I love yours.
No, you have a wonderful style already. No,
I try sometimes. Thank you. You're going to want to come out to the Taste of Napanee and Spring Artisans Market from 10 to 4 today. Again, free event, but bring your money. You're going to want to. Taylor Gattoni live here in Napanee with WSBT 22 News.
Honey, where is my super suit? Because it's time to suit up for the return of Comic-Con. The event is flying in for its 6th year, and fans can expect celebrity appearances, cosplay competitions, and many vendors. Joining me now is Alan Stewart. And Alan, thank you so much for joining me. There is so much merchandise.
Oh, absolutely. In fact, you can see some of the vendors are still setting up. Some of them are ready and raring to go for, we're going to be ready in an hour. We've got comic books. We've got just all kinds of stuff that you can see, all kinds of different merchandise. We have our artist alley area here. So these are all different individual artists that are selling their own creations. So you can get original art, original pieces. We've got book authors here. So yeah, pretty much anything that you would want, and something you didn't even know that you would want, you will find here today and tomorrow.
And it's gotten bigger and better each year. Tell us something different from years past.
I tell you what, a couple, actually, Our next spot, we're going to show you something, actually a vehicle that's here, that's actually going to be going to the museum on loan after the Comic-Con this weekend. So that's pretty exciting, and it's going to be exciting for Batman fans. So you'll want to tune in for that. But we've just got so many things next year. We're actually going to be doubling in size because they're actually building a new event center here at the RV Hall of Fame that will be one of the events going into the new event center for next year. So we'll have, as big as it is already, it's going to be growing, doubling in size next year.
That is wild. Instead of weekend, you guys will need a week because you got a lot of celebrity appearances. For people who are interested in going, tickets-wise, you can get them still today, yes?
You can get them at the door, or you can get them on the website at hohcomiccon.org. Again, VIP tickets are sold out. But single day and weekend tickets are available, so you can get on the website, or you can just purchase them at the door.
Wonderful. And I pointed it out last time, I love your tie. So many cool people to take photos of. Hulk will be there.
Yes, in fact, I'm going to ask Lou to autograph my tie.
Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. Hey, you know what? Don't make them mad, because we know what happens when you make them mad. Well, Alan, always a pleasure. Thank you so much for joining me.
As long as we keep him fed, he's good.
Well, thank you so much for joining me.
You bet.
It is 7:25 right now. Here's a look at this morning's Fast Cast. We're continuing to follow breaking news out of South Bend this morning. This is a live look at a scene on North Brookfield Street on the northwest side of South Bend. Metro Homicide is investigating a shooting there. Investigators say people in two cars were shooting at each other. There were two men in one of the cars. One of those men is dead this morning. Police are still looking for the second car. You can see right now the scene is blocked off. There's a badly damaged car there. You can see it flipped upside down on the side of the street there on Brookfield. It also appears from the scene that evidence markers have been placed on the road. You can't see it in this shot. Several evidence markers, dozens of evidence markers indicating things that Metro Homicide detectives are looking at this morning. Quite the scene there this morning. At this point, we know one person is dead this morning.
But first, to breaking news out of South Bend this morning, where Indiana State Police are now searching for a man they say shot at a state police excise officer last night. It happened about 9:30 near the intersection of Rockney Drive and North Jacob Street. Officials say the officer began to follow a silver Honda Civic. The driver of that vehicle then stopped on Rockney, got out of his car, and opened fire on the officer. The officer returned fire, the suspect jumping back into his car and speeding off. It is not known at this point if the suspect was shot, that suspect not yet caught. The officer was not injured. Police are calling this suspect armed and dangerous. If you know anything about this case, you're asked to call police. Now to another top story we're following.
5 o'clock, and we start right away with breaking news from overnight. Fire crews had to rescue one person after a fire at the Hickory Village Apartments in Mishawaka. This fire broke out around 11:40 last night. It destroyed an apartment unit and caused significant smoke damage to other units. Crews had to use a ladder to rescue one person who was trapped. Fortunately, no one was hurt. No word yet on what started this fire. The American Red Cross is now helping those displaced.
Increases. New for you at 10 tonight. We are live on the scene of a vehicle versus house crash. This is in Clay Township. Take a look at the live pictures here from the scene. This is just north of Roseland near Kenilworth Road and Constant Street. Crews just pulled away a large SUV that appeared to hit at least a parked vehicle in the corner of this garage. As you can see here, this garage has suffered some serious damage. Looked like it's almost off of its foundation entirely. Now our team on the ground is working to find out if anyone was hurt and if anyone was home during the crash. As we work to learn more, we'll update you on air, online, and the WSBT 22 app.
A midweek treat on the basketball court tonight as several of the biggest matchups in Indiana were played in our backyard. Over at Demetrius Jackson Court, number 1 Marion welcomed Culver Academy in a rematch of last year's 3A regional final. The Knights won that game by 1 point on their way to a state finals appearance. This game was as good as expected. First quarter, Culver Academy works it inside to Cooper Farrell, who spins and scores for the Eagles. But back comes Marion. They throw the long outlet pass to Declan Sullivan, and watch as Sullivan finishes with the reverse in transition. Culver would go back inside again, this time to Fuabomi Fayami for the hoop and the foul inside, but Marion is going to be able to edge Culver Academy in a close one tonight, 46-34. Come back. Marion begins its march in Class 3A. Highlights and scores from Classes 3A through 1A when I come back with more sports right after this.
This sports segment on WSBT 22 is sponsored by South Bend Orthopedics.
Welcome back. In Class 3A, the Marion Knights have been knocked out of the tournament the last 2 years by Washington, but with the Panthers now playing up a class, the Knights feel like this is their chance to make a run. Marion is hosting the 3A sectional and hosting Jimtown tonight in the opening round, and the Jimmies put up quite a fight tonight. First quarter, Alexis Garrettson gets to the basket for 2. Jimmy's up by 4 early. Marion's going to go with what's gotten them this far, and that would be Nevaeh Foster. Nice move into the lane as she hits the runner off the paint. Then it's going to be Aaliyah Hirschberger who knocks down the 3 at the top of the key. It wasn't easy, but Marion gets the win tonight, 49-38. They will face New Prairie in the next round on Friday.
All right. Well, Sports Director Pete Byrne is live in Elkhart with a look ahead at sports.
That's right, Jennifer. It's the opening night of Hoosier Hysteria. The girls' state tournament officially tipped off a few minutes ago. We're live at Concord's McEwen Gym. Well, I'll have an update and preview what the night ahead looks like when I come back next in sports.
This sports segment on WSBT 22 is sponsored by South Bend Orthopedics. Now, sports with Pete Byrne.
Good evening and welcome back to Hoosier Hysteria. Sports is live tonight in Elkhart at historic McEwen Gym at Concord High School, where the girls 4A sectional tipped off just a few minutes ago with the opening game featuring Northridge and Penn. And I can tell you right now it's a good one. The Penn Kingsmen are leading 21-20 early in the second quarter. One of the favorites in this sectional is the Warsaw Tigers, coming off a Northern Lakes Conference championship, and I'm joined now by their head coach, Lenny Krebs. Lenny, first let me say congratulations on a great season so far. I know you're excited that tournament time is here.
Yeah, thank you. Great season from the young kids. If you would have told me we were going to win 17 games with the schedule we had, I would have said no way. That's a tribute to those kids that play the game every day, that show up and work hard. But right now, we're 0-0. Those 17 wins don't mean anything. We have to show up right now and be ready to play. Excited for the draw, excited to get this thing going and see what we have today.
And while we talk, we're going to take a look in at the live action here. You mentioned you had a young team. What don't they know about the tournament that they're about to find out tonight and the rest of this week, perhaps?
I don't think they understand the pressure that goes with this type of game. We talk about it all year, about the pressure of that tournament. Those young kids don't understand it. I keep telling them they're young and innocent. They just don't know any better. And, we can view that as a negative, but we're going to view it as a positive, and we're just going to go play. That's what they do best. Let's just go play.
For sure, and if there is a positive, you get a team tonight that you beat 10 days ago. That's a good thing. I'm sure you're not worried about overconfidence, but around the corner potentially are some very good teams in this sectional. What will it take for someone to emerge victorious come Saturday night, do you think?
Obviously, a team has to put the ball in the basket. You have to find ways to score. At the same time, how can you shut people down? How can you stop people from scoring? We're definitely not overconfident. I'm nervous as heck about this first game, just because anytime you have a young team that just won a game, that second time you play a team tells you a lot about your makeup and how you're going to handle it. But, obviously, you're going to have to learn to put the ball in the hole. We're fortunate. We're blessed to have a lot of shooters, a lot of people that can do that. But you have to do it on that particular day. So we'll see what we have. I'm excited for this first game.
All right, well, I'd like to thank you for taking a few minutes out. Best of luck to you and your ladies tonight.
Yep, thank you.
That's Lenny Krebs, head coach of the Warsaw Tigers. They are going to take on Concord in the second game tonight. We will have highlights of that game and, of course, the game going on right now. The gym behind us, again, an update. It is tied at 23 in the second quarter.
Right now on your screen, here's a list of all the games we're going to be covering tonight on opening night of the state tournament. Defending champion South Bend Washington begins its run in Class 4A this year against Mishawaka. That is in the Plymouth sectional. We're also going to be at games from 5 different sectionals across 3 classes. And don't worry, if you don't see the game that you are particularly interested in, we're going to have scores from every game in our area back here tonight at 11. We're 30 minutes into the state tournament, guys, and already we've got a tie game in the second quarter. It doesn't get any better than this, and I promise you the highlights will be fun tonight, and some of the results will probably surprise you. That's all for now from McEwen Gym in Elkhart County. I'm Pete Byrne, WSBT 22 Sports.
All right, Pete, thank you. We'll see you at 11.
Getting loud in there. We'll be right back.